And welcome to episode 6 of the Three Speech Podcast. I'm here with Mr. Leo. Hate crime or hate speech, hate bill.
The hate crime bill.
The hate crime bill, Kearse.
Hello, nice to be here.
And as ever, I'm joined by the Bajan sensation. Woo!
Yeah.
Nico Yearwood. And the man behind the camera.
Good evening, good afternoon.
It's Mooch. It's Mooch. So it's been a big week. We're live in person. We were on Zoom last week. But since then, so much has happened in the world. We've had the rise and demise of the Super League. CHAUVIN's been found guilty. They've made pig monkey embryos. They've what else have they done?
Apparently you got delivered some very strong acid.
I got delivered some very strong acid. We got
you had a feud with a racist white guy.
I had a feud with a racist writer from the BBC. That's good. We can talk about that.
We've had 2 cancellations. Richard Dawkins was cancelled from the American Humanist Society, and also sadly Liam Scarlett, who was cancelled previously. He's killed himself. That's like the ultimate end point of cancel culture.
Leo, bring in the energy down there.
We've got to talk about the serious issues.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know. Liam Scarlett, you literally died in vain because I have no clue who you are.
Well, maybe if he was a ballet choreographer, maybe if you both took more appreciation of the arts, you'd know who I was talking about.
Name one ballet.
Well, yeah, which ballet was he in?
Swan Lake.
That's it. I knew I was gonna. That's the only one you know.
It's the only one I know.
Name
Nutcracker. The Nutcracker.
Name one more other than Nutcracker, Swan Lake, and
Cinderella. Cinderella on ice.
Okay.
Why'd you love
Name
ballets?
400 ballets.
Yeah. Why'd you love ballet so much?
It's just I admire the athleticism.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, of the men.
You can't use that as an insult anymore.
It's not an insult.
You can't use that as an insult. You're implying it's an insult.
How's that? No, it wasn't.
You should get bullied for being homophobic.
That's homophobic.
My niece, 15-year-old, is being bullied at school for being homophobic, and she's not homophobic, but now you get bullied for being homophobic.
It's the way it should be.
I wasn't saying. Anyway, you were implying, but I was just saying.
So, and also some company called RENWEI, Chinese company, they've won an Amazon prize for smart monitoring in prisons. And this is real, man, this is everything they seem to be doing now is out of a 90s science fiction movie. Basically, they've got this prison monitoring system. They're like, and it's where they've got the Uyghur Muslims and stuff. So there's the persecution and sort of, borderline genocide of the Uyghur Muslims. And like when they're locked up, they they're constantly monitoring their heart rate. They measure how long their shits are. Like everything is being monitored.
What length?
Yeah, it's like a massive Fitbit for monitoring everything about.
So what? They're wearing a watch. They're wearing actual.
I don't know.
No, it's not like they're measured. That's why it's so innovative for Amazon. You know how they've got the Amazon shops, you walk in and they just
pick up anything and walk out. Yeah.
Now they just do that, but with the person, how much you breathe, how much you shit, how much you sleep, how much you jizz, where you are, at all points they can track you. So as we hurtle into the new dystopia or the new normal, it's the Amazon are being given away awards.
That's what they want from you, though. They want everything, all your DNA, all your behaviors. That's why I think COVID testing was a DNA capture. Like that DNA that they get from you for the COVID test, they're selling that on. 100% they're selling that on or studying it for whatever purpose.
It's certainly, it could certainly be leading up to that thing because the two things, any bad actor, and I mean that not somebody from Emmerdale Farm, I mean like somebody who's got bad intentions for the state or for society, they know a couple of very important things about, Western society. One, we'll put up with lockdowns. We'll totally let everybody before, the government advice is you can't have a lockdown because British people won't put up with it. Turns out we totally will and we love it.
I'm not sure we will if there's another one though.
Oh yeah, there's people that love it.
I think they will.
But I think this has taught a lot of people, that this shit is kind of futile in a certain degree. It's not worth it.
This showed me that people are more gullible than anything else. They'll believe anything as long as you put it out there enough, shout it loud enough, and people will buy it. I look out in my garden, I see people in their gardens with masks on, double masking and all sorts of. It's madness, literal madness.
Yeah, we had that.
Dude, I went walking the other day. I went walking in the morning now. I get up early and walk. I saw this video where the man said, you're meant to get a certain amount of sunlight between the hours of between 6 and 8 a.m.
Right.
because it resets your clock for sleeping and shit like that. So I go walking early in the morning, and I saw this lady. I walked for in Tunbridge Wells now. I walked up by this field, and it was me going this way, and a little old, especially old people are so scared.
Yeah.
I'm coming up, this old lady's coming down, and she saw me and she panicked.
Is that because of COVID?
Yeah, and it's but no, this is the thing. That's the same thing my wife said. She's like, is it because it's COVID or are you black? But normally, before COVID, she would have probably just, turn around or do something. But this woman literally, I saw her like pulling up her thing. She turned to she was literally ready to scale a barbed wire fence. She was like, she started panicking. She did this, and she turned it, and she wanted to climb over that fence because I was coming down. It wasn't a black thing, but it's fear of COVID. Yeah. The older generation, they got them spooked, man.
Yeah, yeah, and not just older. Crazy. We were crossing the bridge, whatever the bridge at Vauxhall is, and some guy we were walking past. He just turned to the wall and turned and stood facing the wall, like as if COVID can't go around corners or something.
Yeah. So then I stood next to him. Just
even the kids are like hesitant to play with each other. This is doing more harm.
Oh man, the psychological damage it's doing, especially to the younger generation. Kids are growing up being taught to be afraid of each other.
Yeah, distrusting of
and
each other.
If people are afraid of each other, that means the state can take more control.
Yeah,
people are putting more power in the state and less power in each other. It's dangerous.
Yeah. It's terrible, man.
Yeah.
What was that leading on from?
Colin the Caterpillar.
Oh, okay, yeah, we got Cuff, but the Caterpillar.
Oh, yes, yeah, so we've got.
But wait, that point was about the Amazon.
The Amazon, yeah, which is part of this whole thing. The state, because also the state and big tech and big companies are becoming much more intertwined, and
Well, that's what they said. They said the reason why lockdown, the only reason lockdown can happen now is due to the prevalence of internet connectivity and all of that. That's the only reason why it's happening. If we didn't have our smartphones, if we didn't have such connections and all this, they wouldn't be able to do it. But now the technology's matured to such a point, and they can track you, they can keep all of this.
Yeah, there was this case in Australia. Thing did a joke about it. Dan, he did a joke about it. Dan Muggleton.
All right.
Did a joke about it. Apparently, this couple, a couple in northern Australia, they were meant to be in lockdown, but they went to the beach and they went to something. I think he called it Bolo or something, and it ended up like headline news, and he went to a massage parlor, so they knew everything he did.
Right,
and it was because of the track and trace app.
Oh
so
my
like
God.
every single, and it was big headline news and whatnot.
Yeah.
So even like Google installed a COVID app on your phone without you asking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
That turned up on my phone as well. It's like when U2 had that album out. And
Only worse.
Marginally.
It's madness. They just want to track you, and I'm telling you, if they want all that information from you, they definitely want your DNA. So part of that whole COVID testing thing, that DNA, if you did a swab, your DNA 100% has been sold on or is being analyzed to study human behavior. And if you have this gene, you're more likely to do this or that. 100%.
Yeah.
They better not get hold of my socks. That's all I'm saying.
Is that where 90%
I love DNA. Just bang that sock.
Darius is making his own vaccine at home in a jam jar out of jizz and mayonnaise.
Probably, to be fair, probably do the same job. Anyway, less deaths with that. So that's dystopian.
Oh yeah, finally, talking about Australia and like couples and stuff. There's this is years ago, but there's a couple. Basically, there's this bit near between Melbourne and Adelaide where it's got like there's sort of like pillars like standing in the sea, and there's a cliff, but like some of the pillars are connected. You can sort of walk across onto the pillar, if you know what I mean, and then the sea's sort of made an arch. So people and then like one of the sort of land bridges out to the pillar collapsed when people were on it. So obviously all the news crews, there's these people like marooned on this like pillar way out in the sea. So the news crews and stuff turned up to film them, and there's a couple having an affair, and they got caught because they're filmed by the news crews. And,
oh
they saw it
no!
in the news
Doesn't count, baby. I didn't think you'd catch.
It's like those kiss cams that you get in America.
Yeah,
when they're in a stadium and then there's sort of come on to you. There's lots of couples have been caught playing away, so to speak.
Yeah.
I figure that's fake though, because if they were having an affair, why would they go to a game? I mean, like, thousands of people around. That got to be staged, man.
So yeah, and there's Cuthbert the caterpillar, which was the Marks and Spencer's cake or something, and Aldi copied it with like Dave the caterpillar. Is that right?
No, I think Aldi is Cuthbert.
Aldi is Cuthbert.
I think.
And
And Marks and Spencer's is Colin.
Colin.
Yeah, they've also got Leo the lion, which is their take on Percy Pigs. But it doesn't taste as nice.
Right.
But Cuthbert and Colin are in now. And Aldi pulled a real shrewd move because they've said, oh, why don't we just sell, instead of suing each other, why don't we just donate all proceeds to charity? And now, and now Mark says, because if they say no, they look like they're like twats. So it's a shrewd move.
Yeah. Well, I think they should join a super league of themed cakes across Europe.
Well, I thought it's crazy because
oh wait a minute, we've got stuff on screen.
there's Colin the caterpillar from M&S. There's Callie the caterpillar from Tesco's. There's Wiggles the caterpillar from Sainsbury's. Cecil the caterpillar from Waitrose. Charlie the caterpillar from the Co-op, and Clyde the caterpillar from Asda.
Yeah. So why they only going after Cuthbert?
Well, to be fair, look at the videos. Look at the two which.
Oh yeah, they do look exactly the same.
Yeah, but also the one on the end and the one that's not a pig.
Wait, hang on. Which are the two?
So
Point them out there.
Two green faces, like
green and the
far
yellow?
left, and then like
the ones that look
left.
exactly the same, right on the very right of the screen. I wouldn't be able to tell you which one was Colin and which one was.
None of them look the same.
How bad are your eyes, Nico?
Wait. One is green with a red nose. One is
No,
yellow.
look, those two, the second and the
Far
the one-
left,
Yeah, the far
and then
left.
like left, center left.
Nico, can you read the text on the screen?
Yes. The two with the brown eyes.
Yeah.
Nico,
Okay, gotcha.
forget Cuthbert the caterpillar. You need to go to flipping Boots the opticians. That's right.
This is the vision test you get now. You have to identify animal themed cakes.
Yeah.
I can read that from here. You can even read it when it's a small screen like that.
Well done, Darius. You're going to get a gold star.
Thanks.
So yeah, so I don't understand this fuss about the cakes. Why are they suing them? Because it looks the same.
Yeah, because people might inadvertently eat a Cuthbert the caterpillar.
Well, this is not not
might.
Aldi's first time at this sort of fiasco. I don't know if you remember that BrewDog had a bit of a fiasco with them as well, where they had BrewDog IPA, which was. So this is Aldi. They go after sort of big brands. They take the piss a bit, but people don't really.
But that's actually got BrewDog on it.
No, BrewDog. So there was a bit of a back and forth. Aldi made a fake punk IPA. BrewDog joked that they would make a fake Aldi beer. Aldi got in touch to list the fake Aldi beer. BrewDog and Aldi agreed for every case sold they would each plant a tree.
Oh, that's nice. That's got a happy ending.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I think
you and things should plant trees.
Wow, that would have been the best solution for both of us.
Did you suggest that at any point?
Do you want to? Well, he's offered to plant 1,000 trees in cash to me.
You probably shouldn't talk about an ongoing legal case.
I'm not talking about anything that's what are you talking
No
about?
names were mentioned.
I'm talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm talking about planting trees and eating cake. I don't know what you're talking about.
Cake.
UK Pun Champion 2016.
Chelmsford.
He's forever our champion.
Yeah,
Chelmsford's finest.
that's a good one.
Yeah, I think Marks and Spencer's, what they should do is to get back at Aldi, they should start stocking like solar powered leaf blowers in the middle aisle of Marks and Spencer's. Take some of that thunder.
Yeah.
The thing is, what Marks and Spencer's customers are today is the day I'm gonna go to Aldi. Like you're not there's no crossover audience. You're either an Aldi person who buys stuff
That's
for
not true.
50.
I go both.
You go both.
I go both.
Yeah, but you're not, a quintessential British person.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, because he's from Barbados for
Yeah,
one.
exactly why.
Because you're from Barbados for one.
So?
But that's also the reason why he's not writing for the first animated black British family cartoon show in the UK.
Look at that segue.
Look at
like
that
a master.
segue, baby. Oh.
Don't leave me hanging, bro.
So
Yeah,
this
this is interesting, man. So like, you know, you found out all because all these woke, the BBC try to be so woke, try to be like, you know,
Yeah.
a representation of black families and stuff. So they've got like this cartoon called JoJo and
Jojo and Gran. So yesterday I was we were coming back from thingy, and I was on Twitter
Looking for material.
looking for material, and this tweet came up on my phone. Right, he's now protected his tweets. It's from someone called Liam Swan Wright.
Is it on your Twitter? Can I find it on your
It's
Twitter?
on my Twitter, but I don't know if you can find it. It's, you can see, right? That is obviously Nico. If you look at that, that's a black.
Yeah,
That's a black show, right? Because I wrote this radio story for Jojo and Gran. It's time for London fun runners. Someone who can't run at a big. Someone who can't run at a deep in my frontal cortex, right? So Jojo and Gran. So I thought, what the fuck? Because this is. I don't know if you can see the picture on my phone. If I can zoom in, right? This is the picture for Jojo and Gran. I mean, that's like a black show, right?
looks like one of those caterpillar cakes.
That's racist.
That's right.
Oh yeah, it is.
But
I thought it's green. That's what I meant.
You might not be able to see it because he's protected his tweets now. But the point is, right? I saw that and I was like, this is clearly a black show. And I looked at it on its Wikipedia. Jojo and Gran, the first animated black British children's show. Brilliant. Then I look at this guy. He's like, I wrote this story. This motherfucker's a white man. He's like 30 years old. Why is he writing for a black children's TV show? And this is virtue signaling at its worst. Because it's like, if you watch that, you think this is a show that elevates black voices. Like, I don't give a fuck if you're white or black or what you write on. But I'm just holding them to their own standards. So I posted, good to see this first animated black British film written by a white man, right? Nothing's changed. We just do the top layers change. Nothing's changed. Then he came back to me and he went, there was actually 25 writers on the show. So then Leo came in, obviously just wading into a feud and went, yeah, I bet they were all white too, right? Which I thought was funny. And then actually, let me just double check if they were all white. Now remember, this is the first animated black British TV show in history. I went through 3 seasons, right? 12 episodes a season, autumn, summer.
36 shows.
36 shows. Of each season of 12, 8 or more of the writers were white. So every show is like episode 1, Fiona Spence, white. Episode 2, white. Episode 3, white. Episode 4, white. Episode 5, black. Episode 6, white. Episode 7, white. So it's just the hypocrisy of it all.
Profiting off of black culture.
Well, it's not even that. The ratio.
And characters.
Then the actual author.
Yeah,
but hold on. Then the author of it, who's got an OBE, right, who actually wrote the stories it's based on, came back to him. Well, we're trying to change this and doing this. Tried to make an excuse for it. Then she blocked me. Then she unblocked me when I just proved the list. but the ratios, like, my thing is, look, anyone should be able to write. But
I'm at home without a job.
Nico is a
Can't
black
feed
man with
Can't
2
feed
kids.
2 kids.
And what the fuck does Liam Swan know? Some white dude
2 hungry
single in
kids.
Manchester. He's got 2 hungry.
2 hungry kids.
What colour are the kids?
They are black.
They're black as well. Fucking 2 black kids and the man can't eat.
They're mixed, but I call them black.
Yeah, that's fine. So does the general population. And Liam Swan is out here stealing out of fucking Nico's pocket.
Yes.
Why is Nico not writing for that? Why is Athena Kubleno
And I'm one of the finest writers in the country. Go watch my special on YouTube. Agent in Britain.
Big man, NEE.
Currently at 2,000 views. Go and watch it.
I want to watch the story of Jojo. She's going for a walk between 6 and 8 in the morning, yeah? And she comes across an old white lady who tries to climb over a fence. That's what I want to hear in my children's TV shows.
Drama. High drama. Yeah. But no, seriously, you can't have a show like that and have so many white writers on it. And I'm at home doing that. No, seriously, I should be writing on that.
You should be writing on it.
Yeah.
It's like, look at this. Look how great. Hey, we're BBC Sounds. Look how great we are. Look at this first animated black British. It's just still a white guy behind the fucking camera controlling the whole empire, right? The ratio should be the other way around. Because I saw that and I'm like, this is elevating black voices, right? Which is what...
It's like that whole show and tell thing. That show and tell comedy
wankers.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and they tried to call it, so this like show and tell's a comedy something. They put on shows in like the Southwest, Bristol or
The
something.
fact that Leo's got no clue who they are tells you that they're obviously very middle class, ensconced, privileged comedians that never slum down to actual comedy club levels.
But yeah, so they tried to call out like Top Secret. They tried, and Top Secret, when Top Secret was putting on shows between lockdowns, like Top Secret were doing everything by the rules. They had screens, they had distance and hand gel and all the rest of it. And like Show and Tell tried to call out Top Secret, be like, "Oh, you're breaking the rules." No. Try to track a club that's just trying to make some money for comedians and for staff.
And then started putting out Black Lives Matter tweets.
That was
got not a single black performer on their website. Not a single.
Not a single one. They're all at Top Secret, which books really diverse lineups.
And Top Secret, one of the only clubs in the world, in the UK, sorry, to have a black MC, a black resident MC.
Who's that, Nico?
Who's that?
That happens to be me.
Oh!
Who can't get a job writing for the BBC? Imagine that.
But you know,
I got loads of stories about kids and grandmas and stuff.
you could do a story about how they break your
and
watch.
aunties and stuff like that, you know?
But
Just sitting there in my books.
Yeah.
I got books and books of sitcoms and stuff like
why
that.
can't that Liam Swan guy write for Thomas the Tank Engine? Fuck off and write for
Exactly.
Fire and Sam. Let Nico have one job.
Yeah.
Go and write some speeches for Trump or something.
Yeah. Listen, I get it, right? That people, they're writing it. But the thing is, it's like...
But yeah, if you're gonna take away the Hank Ariza from Simpsons,
Exactly.
and telling me he can't voice that,
Apu.
take away this guy.
But it's worse because
Yeah.
Apu, anyone who watches that know Apu is a caricature, right?
Yeah.
They're not expecting an authentic voice. But when they're watching Jojo and Gran Gran, they think that's a black voice detailing that story.
I'm saying there's no consistency to wokeness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Stupid.
And this is the same BBC that said Luther wasn't black enough as well, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah, the BBC, what is it, diversity commissioner or something like that? I don't know, some snout in the gravy train, the public sector trough, getting 150 grand of my money just to sit there and tell me I'm racist. You know what I mean?
Actually, I saw a really funny tweet. I've forgotten his name. New comedian. I don't know his name.
You mean Toussaint?
Yeah,
I was actually
Toussaint
going to
Douglas.
do that sketch. I was actually going to do a sketch with Lufa
You should have done it, man.
pretending to be blacker than he actually is. And I was,
But
he kind of wrote up something similar.
He's wrote like a script, right? But it's like internal, external. Luther enters, he sees a dead body, and then he walks in, he starts whining. He opens a can of Red Stripe and sucks his teeth. What's happening here?
When I saw that, I was like, dude, I was going to do this exact same thing. I was like, fuck.
You should have just done it, man.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Michael Swan wrote it.
Yeah.
Lee Swan, I think his name. Liam Swan.
Now, if I see an idea that is like, it was too close, it was going to be, so
Yeah.
it's like, I'll let him have that, man.
Yeah.
No, but you should have been faster and actually made it.
Yeah, I guess.
Says Darius.
Oh yeah, I never do nothing. Listen, I'm the laziest motherfucker. It's not even that I'm lazy. It's that I'm a perfectionist, and it inhibits me from doing anything, which makes
Well,
it seem like I'm lazy.
how come the stuff you do isn't perfect?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't do nothing. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
That's it. That's it. 2 minutes too late. White guys and their rhythm. Fucking hell.
Do you have a couple of questions?
We got loads.
What are the questions?
No, we got more stuff there, more topics.
Yeah, we can go back to it.
Oh, CHAUVIN. If we're going to talk about Black Lives Matters, he got found guilty as he should have done.
So this is Derek Chauvin, the policeman who
Even
did on
Leo,
George Floyd.
who's as right wing as they come, concedes that he's guilty and was guilty, right?
Yeah.
like-
Go on.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's like anyone who's watched I don't think you need to. Didn't think you need a trial as a video. Watch the video. That speaks.
Yeah,
Well, you do need a trial still, but like it should. I mean, look, it was a trial. The jury didn't take very long to deliberate it. It's shocking because normally the police get off with in crazy situations like this in America.
Yeah, it would have been a civil war if they got off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, and he wasn't being tried for like first degree murder. It wasn't premeditated, so it's like second degree murder. So it's an easier charge to make stick. So secondary degree murder, secondary manslaughter, and something else as well. So he got done for it. But I was really surprised by the sort of, because in all these WhatsApp groups and stuff, obviously with right-wing people who normally, you know, we argue about stuff, but we're mostly coming from the same page and they're quite reasonable. They're all like going on about how the justice system had been compromised and the jury had been influenced and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, I admit, seeing Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden like speaking about the trial when it's ongoing, they should just back off and leave the trial to happen. But man, like, whatever the fuck, like, look at the fucking video. There's not been a miscarriage
open and
of
shut.
justice.
Come on, open and
there's
shut.
not been a miscarriage of justice here. It's not like the Guildford 4 or anything. This is the guy fucking did it. So like, you know, I think it's something like that where we can all see that he did it. I can't believe it. Just made me embarrassed to be right wing. That all these right wing people are trying to, like, you know, just be like, well,
But you know what's the most embarrassing about that?
They're always going, oh, he was a thug, or that's not.
Yeah.
That's not what is on trial here.
Yeah. It's like, he shoplifted from Tesco in 2013. It doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? He got killed.
He pulled a knife back in 2008. That's not the point. The man got murdered. He should have been brought in handcuffs and still be alive today. So,
But what you're talking about, Leo, speaks to the problem with this whole divide, because now on that, I think 99% of people that guilty, right?
Yeah.
But now people on the right, and this happens with people on the left, but with different causes, they're like, our position is we don't think he's guilty, he's a thug or whatever. And they try and defend it and justify it. It's like, no, just say the fucking, I mean,
I don't know
why are you trying to justify it?
Why has every issue got to be divided, like left and right? Like with the Uyghur Muslims in China, for some reason, left-wing people don't make a fuss about that, even though it's like basically almost genocide. I mean, the US has described it as genocide. It's, you know, they're trying to like wipe out an entire race of people, you know, and other issues like this is, you know, like George Floyd's killing is like a left-wing thing, and right-wing people seem to, you know, just try and like wiggle and like find excuses. So why can't we all just fucking agree that, like, if you kneel on somebody's neck for like 9 minutes or whatever, that's murder while they're handcuffed and they're saying they can't breathe? I don't know, and why can't we all just agree that persecuting Uyghur Muslims is like bad? I don't know why people have to divide it into left and right.
I was listening to something about this recently, why they do it. And this neuroscientist was trying to break down why it's happening more so than back in the day. But I can't remember anything he said.
That was useless.
But I do think
there's something about our autonomic and the nervous system being too highly charged now that we get locked into. They said that. One of the interesting things he said was that given, let's say, back in the 50s, they actually open up people's heads, and put stuff in the brain,
trepanning
and whatnot, and this was legal.
Happened to my grandma.
Real talk, or you?
Oh yeah, no, they used a hand drill to drill. She had really savage epilepsy, so they drilled like holes in her skull and basically just tinkered. They didn't know what they were doing. It was like 40s or something.
Right. So in the 50s, right, they actually opened these people's heads up and put these electrodes down in the brain and whatnot, and they gave them different buttons to press, and it would stimulate different parts of the brain. So one would be like, let's say, I'm gonna make up some shit, like hunger, sexual arousal, happiness, sadness, whatever. And they found that the button or the lever they would keep pressing, these humans would keep pressing, wouldn't be like sexual arousal or happiness. It would be anger and frustration.
Why?
Because we have apparently anger and frustration we get a thrill out of it.
Right.
We get some sort of thrill or like you get some sort of I don't know, primal arousal,
which I guess
from anger and frustration, which we get from disagreeing, that confrontation,
and watching
that you get
boxing and stuff like that.
Yeah. So he said, it's that is part of the reason why we're so all amped up and at each other's necks and throats, especially on social media as well. He said that diminishes the what's it called? There's like, because you have that mask on social media, that distance, you become more like, even more like.
It's like people in cars. You know, when you're driving, people get mad and they're screaming at you and stuff. It's because they're in their little bubble in the car. Yeah. They wouldn't do that in the pavement if you're just walking past.
And also, it's like when you have when they have those big sex parties. like when you and you see like the eyes wide shut part of it, you're gonna act more well, and your inhibitions are gonna fall away if you got a mask on.
Yeah.
So that distance between you on social media, you're an egg face on social media.
Right, yeah.
You're gonna act out more than normal.
Yeah.
So he said all of that is fueling the divide.
Right.
Whereas back in the 90s, we didn't have the social media, and things were a bit more calm and whatnot. But he also said he kind of looks forward, I think, to having like stuff become more legal, like mushrooms eventually, and more weed and whatnot, and that's going to bring down some of that tension.
Oh, really?
That he kind of
doesn't seem to be working in America.
But no, even that guy said that something similar. That dude, who's the guy that always talks about the Aztecs and this? He goes on Joe Rogan a lot. I got his book, Graham Hancock.
Right.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, he's great, man. So he believes that everybody should be taking like ayahuasca, and because it causes ego death.
Yeah.
And mushrooms and
I
whatnot.
like my ego.
Yeah, no, but he said that causes a lot of what the conflict. Ego is like posturing and whatnot. But everybody becomes more chilled and more like kind of egalitarian when they have like ayahuasca and all these.
Except for Darius, I remember the first time Darius did mushrooms. Like we're in Thailand, we just got to this island, and like we found a place to stay. We rented motorbikes. We went off exploring, and Darius comes and we stopped at this bar. And Darius comes back from the bar with like this mushroom shake, and he's like, they sell these mushroom shakes at the bar, but they must not do anything because they sell them at a bar. And
I've never done mushrooms before, so I think it's rubbish.
I'm not too sure about that, Darius. So we tanned this mushroom shake, and we're just tripping balls, man. It was amazing. It was just like on the beach, like there's like all these people around and stuff.
There were fit women, right? And they were trying it on with us, but we were tripping so much balls we couldn't decide if the woman, like, because their
Man,
faces.
I was in the water with that lassie, and like she was like, now looking back, I'm like, oh, you mom. But like she was like fit. She must have been about, I don't know, like 30s, late 30s or something. And I was looking at her and I was like, is she 70?
Is she a witch?
Yeah.
It's actually a seal or something. Just tripping balls.
Oh fuck! I've got another story about doing mushrooms when a fisherman caught a seal at night, and we're walking along, and this basically I lived in Vancouver. Me and my girlfriend took mushrooms and we went for a walk around the seawall in Vancouver, and there's these like Korean or Chinese guys like fishing off the seawall. So I was like, oh, let's watch them fish. And like just as we walked over, one of them hooked something, and then he's reeling it in, and then like I'm all excited because I want to see the fish brought in. And then it's like, so the seawall is like, it's going down like 15 feet or something, and this fish is just rolling and flapping. I look down, it's fucking big and stuff, and this fin's it's a fucking seal. He's caught a seal. So I'm saying to this guy, I'm like, you can't catch a fucking seal. You gotta let the fucking seal go. That's a fucking mammal. It's probably protected. Probably rare.
Was it a seal?
Well, this is the thing. All the other Korean dudes.
It's a 38-year-old woman.
All the other Korean dudes came over. One of them brings a torch and he shines it, and it's a fucking fish. I've just been shouting at this guy, and like obviously he can't understand a fucking word I'm saying.
Was it a big fish or a little fish?
It was a pretty big fish. It was like a dogfish or something. So in my defense,
Dogfish.
was
A seal.
a pretty big fish. Pretty big fish.
I did LSD at a Motley Crue concert, and I was convinced halfway through that Vince Neil, the lead guitarist, had been swapped out for an imposter. So I was just like, it's not Vince Neil. Just like, fuck off. I was like, it's not. It was Vince Neil.
Yeah. Although Vince Neil looks like he might be a 70-year-old woman now.
Yeah. But those girls were fit in hindsight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we're on this island, and so we're at this bar, and then like it gets late. It's like 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning. We're like, man, we better get back. So we get back on the motorbikes, but we're still tripping.
Oh,
so
can we just tell the story of how we got back? Right, it was a straight.
Well, that's what I'm telling.
Well, just the
the
journey, the fucking journey.
Go off on a
You're not
tangent.
gonna tell.
I'm gonna tell.
All right, go on then.
So like we get back, and this is a small island. There's only like one road in the island. It forks off a little bit or whatever. I mean, we're driving, and everything just looks like gingerbread houses, and we've got no idea where we live. You know what I mean? The place we just rented. So we're driving around, and like we just can't find it. And then eventually we start you ran out of petrol, so we had to go to this like service station.
You've not quite told this. The story was, it was a straight road, and we drove it, because you're on mushrooms, time feels different.
Yeah.
So you feel like you're going for ages. Like we're on Rainbow Merrick, I go, man, we've gone to a different, it's not here. So we had to go all the way back, and then we went all the way back again. Then I ran out of petrol, but on a straight road.
Yeah.
Anyway, maybe it's not that good. Anyway, then you can finish the story.
And then so we stopped to get Darius some petrol. And it's like a self-service machine, so it's talking in Thai and stuff. And we put the money in, and Darius puts the thing. But they must like when you press the button on the machine to release the petrol. I think you have to like hold the handle to like release it all the way down, because like he pressed the button on the machine, and all the petrol like sprayed out through this like loose seal at the top. So like we jumped back and stuff. And then this like 4 in the morning, this little Thai guy comes running across the street to help us. And you know, normally when people do psychedelics for the first time, they have some sort of epiphany that we're all one, and you know, we're all linked together and stuff. Darius just turns around to me, he's like, "Don't give him any money. He's gonna want money. Don't give him any money."
Yeah.
Oh no! So the guy sorted out the petrol and like, you know, made it up. But when the guy went to like press the button to release the petrol, Darius stood exactly where all the petrol had sprayed out before. So I was just waiting for Darius to go up in flames. It was just, I was dying laughing.
That would have been a sight to see on mushrooms.
Mushrooms are very fun.
There are loads of they should be legal, because they're actually good. They're actually good.
You
for
feel good for it afterwards.
So Graham Hancock was saying that I think he's the one that had the theory, or he promotes it, is that human beings became head of the, you know,
Stoned ape theory, it's called.
Yeah. That's the one. Because of psychedelics and whatnot, and mushrooms or weed. What was he saying? Weed or like mushrooms? Mushrooms, yeah. Caused us to be more creative and link things together, and that's why we surpassed the other primates and whatnot.
Yeah, because it's a huge, like our brain actually takes a huge amount of energy. It's something like 20% or 25% of your calories go towards like nourishing your brain and giving it enough energy.
And our bodies, our nervous system and all that kind of stuff also have like weed receptors in there as well.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so.
But then every animal's got a different thing. Like cats. Have you seen a cat with catnip? That's genuinely like a drug for them. It's like us on like some kind of weed. But for us,
I give it to my cats.
Yeah, what did they eat it?
No, they sniff it and play with it.
And
then
they
they get all trippy.
They act all kind of drunk.
That or bleach. When I realize, whenever I clean the shower or the floor with this bleach spray that I get, my cat goes by the door and starts tripping out. Yeah. He starts chasing shit that isn't there. He starts rolling over. And,
I'm gonna get catnip. See what it looks like.
It's this bleach spray, man.
Yeah.
The football Super League. Do you like football, Nico?
Yes, I'm a huge football supporter.
Are you really?
Newcastle?
Well, I was back in the day, but I don't get time to watch it as much anymore. But yeah, I was back in the day.
Who do you support, or did you support?
My teams growing up, well, I grew up on Italian football.
Oh, because they showed, Channel 4 used to show all the Italian games.
Yeah.
My mates used to watch it because it was so much better than Scottish football.
Yeah, back in the day, it was Italian football in Barbados. That was the big thing. So my team was Inter Milan back in the day. And that was when Ronaldo used to play for Inter Milan.
Does Barbados have a football league?
The Brazilian Ronaldo.
Yeah, the Brazilian Ronaldo. Yeah. The real Ronaldo. The greatest Ronaldo. For me, he's still the best player of all time.
Yeah.
What is the Barbados Football League called?
It's called the Premier League.
It's called the Barbados. What are the teams? Who's the best team?
I don't know who the best teams are, but it used to be back in the day. There's one called Paradise, one called Gall Hill. Those were the two.
I support Paradise FC.
But we grew up on, and then Spanish football came. English football was pretty big as well, but mainly Italian football.
And I guess it's the sort of overseas market that this Super League was targeting. So it's the top clubs from all the European countries.
No, so it's 12 to Mooch. You're Chelsea, right?
I'm a Chelsea fan.
So basically, his scummy team, right? My scum team.
Oh, is there anything more boring than when football fans like slag off each other's teams?
Yeah, listening to you.
Nobody
cares. Why was it the news for the past 48 hours straight?
Nothing else has happened.
Oh, nothing else has happened.
Royal people have died.
Oh, listen, no one cared about Prince Philip dying. But when they tried to make the Super League, the whole world stopped. The whole world stopped. because
Football is the biggest sport in the world, though. It is,
Yeah.
man. So, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
But
mean
it
it's better. If you're at a football match and a fight breaks out, everybody turns around and watches the fight.
If you're at like
Yeah, if
Swan
you're
Lake,
anywhere,
and a
if
fight
You're
breaks
anywhere
out,
in a
Yeah.
fight breaks
Yeah,
out.
so what
you're
does
at
that
the
tell you?
Nutcracker.
What does that tell you? If you're at a boxing match and
and a fight breaks out,
Yeah,
everybody
everyone's in a
watches
fight.
if you're at a boxing match and people start playing football in the corner, nobody watches.
But if a fight breaks out, you'd watch the fight.
no, what? Well, it depends.
Nothing
you-
tops a fight.
Nothing tops a fight.
Birth of your first child,
Yeah,
and the
a
fight breaks out
yeah.
amongst the doctors. You're
Yeah.
watching that fight.
So what does that tell you? Football's boring.
No,
No,
fight,
it's
just
fights
that
are
fighting
interesting.
is more exciting than
Fighting
anything
is
else.
more exciting, so there should be more fighting.
Vit, did you watch the Jake Paul Ben
That-
Askren
yeah.
fight?
Yeah, I saw that. People are saying it's a. People are saying
it's
that
rigged.
It's rigged.
Yeah,
WWF style.
yeah.
Well,
Man, that was the shittest pay per view.
But Ben got his money and was like, "Yeah, it's cool, man. I'm alright." He got $500,000 for that.
Yeah, but watching that was like watching the downfall of society.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
what
yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
I'm all for the.
I feel for boxing though. Boxing is just going. It's like
no, but he's bringing
not-
in lots of attention and
No,
money.
man, it's not
Or-
good for boxing, man. It's
Well,
not
look,
good.
And also, I see something like that. It's sort of like watching the fight in the corner. It's like, oh my god, this Instagram influencer.
I'm with Darius on it. It's
He's
like the
fight-
death of
but he's
society, man.
fighting some
It's
man.
like-
He's fighting some old guy. It's like,
Nah,
wow,
you
who's
know what?
gonna win this?
I was watching that and I was thinking to myself, either
This is what we've come to.
This is the downfall of society, or I'm just old now. And I was like, that's even sorrier. It was just. There was one bit you didn't see it because you didn't go on, where they did like some sort of slap contest. And did you watch the whole
I
pay
didn't
per
see
view?
that, no.
Man, it was just like, what the fuck is going on? Pete Davidson was commentating. The best thing about it was Pete Davidson was commentating on it, but he was
slagging it off.
He was
He was
slagging it off.
Yeah,
So it's
that
great.
was cool,
He
yeah.
was saying, "Yeah, I need to call my," but he was doing it in like a, "Oh, he's actually taking the piss." So
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
funny. But like, you got like they're smoking weed. What's his face?
concert
Snoop Dogg.
Who
Snoop
was
Dogg
on, not Snoop
commentating.
Dogg,
It's,
the other guy, the boxer, Golden Boy. He was coked up to his. He was coked. I think he can knock him out, baby. I fight the best. He was all
Who,
coked
De
up.
La Hoya?
Yeah, De La Hoya,
Oh,
gacked up. But it was that's just the downfall of society, man. And that was just the terrible fight. But they do say Ben Askren fought through the fight because there's a video of him in the UFC, and this guy's just like wailing on him, like beating the fuck out of him, like a million headshots.
No, you know what Ben said? Ben said, I got up, I was ready to go, and the ref came to me and said, "You alright?" He said, "Yeah, I'm fine." And then the ref goes, "Are you sure about that? Or shall I end this?" And Ben said, I go, It's like, the earlier I can get my 500k, let me just bounce, man. And then there's footage of him and his wife coming out to the arena, and he's all like, so he was like happy for just get the paycheck and bounce,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
There was
And
a
the
GoFundMe for if they could match the purse for Ben Askren to just choke out Jake Paul, to just go, cool. If you can match this purse, I will just go in there and just choke him out and forfeit the match.
That would have been amazing.
That would have been the best thing.
So it's Jake Paul, 'cause this is like his third professional fight. So at some point he's going to have to stop doing these
Wow.
like weird,
Who was his first fight against? So he fought the bar.
First
He fought a
JJ.
wet tissue.
No.
He fought a wet tissue. Then it was a dead cat that he found.
And then a plastic bag.
Who was
First
the
fight was KSI's brother JJ, and that was a draw, I think, or did he win?
No, I think he won all three.
Oh yeah, so JJ
He won all three, and none are boxers.
KSI and Jake Paul fought, and that was a draw. And then he fought the basketball player from the NBA. I can't remember his name.
Nate Robinson.
Nate Robinson.
Which actually puts in Nate Robinson's performance into perspective. He was better than Ben Askren.
And then Ben Askren. But look, boxing is kind of. I always feel that boxing is like there's so many belts, and there's never the fights you want to see. So this is just kind of. Do you know what I mean? There's too much money and politics in boxing. That I'm fine for a YouTuber to come in and
Nah, it's turning it into a circus, man. It's turning it into a circus.
But it is a bit of a circus.
Yeah, it is a circus, but I feel for boxing, man.
Even
This
the
isn't-
proper boxers, there's that sort of circus, like Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? There's that sort of circus around it.
Yeah.
But this is what we watch. This is what we want. We want to see.
No. The people don't want that, man.
Well, I think a lot more people want to see.
I think there's the novelty of this is going to wear off eventually.
Yes, of
He
course.
has to fight a proper boxer for people to go and watch the next one, he has to fight a proper boxer.
Yeah,
next.
absolutely.
Because the novelty of this will wear off, and people just stop paying for that shit.
Yeah,
and
who
people,
pays?
especially since the fight lasted was so short, and this one was a farce. No one is going to pay pay-per-view to watch the next one. No one is, especially since people think that it was rigged and Ben took a dive. No one, hardly anyone is going to pay money for the next one. So this is damaging to the sport, and it's damaging to his credibility as well.
I can't believe people pay pay-per-view anyway. It's like you can't spend 20 seconds Googling a free stream. You know what I mean? What your time and money is so like much more important that like 20 seconds, you can't spend 20 seconds.
Yeah, but some people want to watch it on the TV. Some people
cast it from your phone or whatever.
Well, listen,
I pay for the UFC fights though, because I want
you're
it
an
to
idiot.
look proper.
See,
Moneybags here. You need
I
that
pirate
writing job in the
everything.
BBC.
Yes, I do need that.
I pirate everything,
Yeah.
and I love it.
Yeah,
RaceNetwork.com and lookmovie.ag, the best.
it's like a free dinner tastes better than
What do you use for the sports?
RaceNetwork.com. I got all. You can't
Total
get it
Sportec for the football is the best for that.
I used to do that, but it used to hold up all the time. It used to get glitchy all the time. So I was like, nah, fuck that. And I get the football now.
Football is so boring. I just can't, there's got to be some point where people who watch football just wake up and realize we're just watching other people playing football. We're not even playing it ourselves. We're watching
It's dead now. I don't watch it as much as it used to because like VAR, the enough fans.
I've heard other people say that the VAR has sort of ruined it.
it has ruined it a bit.
Is there no flow?
Technology is killing everything.
It's true.
Technology is literally killing everything. Technology is killed football. It's killed the supermarket. It's killed
Dating.
Yeah, it's killed everything, man. Nothing has improved. The only thing that's improved with technology is medical care.
Also, parking.
No, it hasn't, because they find your DNA and then they make you into an embryo.
But I mean, like things for like cancer and surgeries and operations. Those things is good. But anything else in the modern world, it sucks, man.
From now on, this podcast,
human interactions.
From now on, this podcast is just coming out on wax cylinder. So we'll get one of those cranked up. Talking of medical research, they've started making the embryos.
Yeah, they've combined. Well, what they're called chimeras.
But this isn't new. Why are we talking about this today?
This isn't news. This isn't news because
No, but I knew they did a pig and a monkey.
Yeah, so they've mixed a pig and a monkey. But
you're wrong.
But wait, I'm not.
You're wrong.
I'm explaining to Nico.
You told
fucking
him,
drive down a straight road.
What?
On mushrooms. Let me tell the story, right? Pig and chimera. They made a chimera, which is they're mixing genes with pigs or whatever, right? Yeah. But why it's controversial now is these are viable embryos that could be brought into.
But it's not pig and monkey. It's human and monkey. That's why it's in the news.
That's obviously that's what I meant.
Who gives a fuck about it's half pig, half monkey?
Oh, well, obviously I meant a pig with a human, a monkey with a human. I just didn't make that clear at all.
No, but they did mix one.
I know, but now what they've done is they've mixed a pig with a human, and the embryo can be brought. Like if they left it, they're killing it.
I think they've already done that. So
Are you implying that I'm half pig, half
No,
half
I was going to make a comment. I was going through the names
That's
of towns
fat-shaming.
in my head that I was going to say I saw women like that, but I thought I don't want to offend anybody from that town.
What
In case
town?
they get on Twitter.
What
and
town?
I hadn't decided. I was going
Dumfries.
through. Dumfries came up. Dundee came up.
What
Carlisle came up.
Okay, let's play a game. If you were in Dumfries, what do you think the general population of there would be made a chimera with? Like, what would they be?
I've never been to Dumfries.
I'm
sure it's a lovely place.
But the thing is, though, these are now viable. They could make them, bring them up, and they could be born.
Okay.
So
and they could fight Jake Paul.
Hey,
That's pay-per-view.
Yeah, no, that's something I would pay for.
and they could fight in the background of the Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Well,
This is the Colosseum, like the Roman times. They used to have like crazy fights between. They'd get like get lions and tigers to fight each other.
Yeah, get 20 men versus 40 elephants and shit.
Yeah,
like
the
that,
Emperor Commodus would go in and like kill a giraffe with a fucking big sword and stuff, and then everybody hated him because people love giraffes.
So what do you think that they should be allowed to make chimeras?
Obviously not. No.
But
Well, Leah.
what about congenital diseases? What about all the people waiting for organ transplants? Because they're doing these.
Man, listen, you can't save everybody. Some people gotta die. You
Oh,
gotta accept that. Some
but what
people
you're saying that like now. What if like somebody very close to you, Darius, for example?
Not me.
What if somebody needed a kidney or
Yeah, but there's other ways of getting that.
No, but there's 100,000 people waiting for a organ.
What do you think?
No, I think it's gonna upset too many other things. Because then, what if that thing got feelings? The chimera got feelings.
Oh yeah, no, but
bring
like,
that, yeah.
we just sort of grow a like we don't like. It's not like it's going to be there in a tank. Be
No,
like,
but that's what
that's
what they're saying.
That's what might eventually
No,
happen.
hold
yes.
on, but that's the ethical dilemma because now they're ending it after 30 days. But they're saying someone somewhere, China, is going to leave it to go for the full 9 months.
Oh, well, this is the problem, yeah, because they don't have like the proper. I mean, this is the theory about coronavirus that it came from a Chinese lab, and this is how it got out of the lab, and this is an official thing reported in like proper, mainstream.
You know when
publications.
someone says this is an official thing and goes like that some racist shit's about to go
it's
down.
No, this is actually true. Yeah, I read
This is
about
genuinely
it.
true.
We talked about it
I
last
think.
week.
Well,
I know. But
did we
it's still
talk? So
funny.
the people
Selling
work-
off the meat.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Vauxhall Comedy Club, try the barbecue. It's
what about selling off
Winning
meat?
Billy.
What?
So they were selling the lab workers. After you've tested viruses and stuff on animals in a lab, you've got to burn the corpses because that stuff's got like pathogens and viruses in it. Instead of burning it, they were getting the corpses and like when nobody's looking, they're selling them to the markets. They're getting these fucking like bodies of animals loaded with like viruses and stuff.
Listen.
And selling it to people that are
Seasoning.
putting it in a salad.
Listen,
and then the coronavirus
And
gets
grilling it.
Listen, everyone's got a little hustle on the side. Everyone needs to make some money.
Scam of the week.
Which leads me on to, not scam of the week, leads me on to a question from Twitter user.
I like how we say scam of the week and we've never done one.
Oh, no, I'm going to do a scam of the week.
As if it's an actual section.
We got this.
We did it
I've got a question from one of our Twitter fans asks, how would you feel if your daughter wanted to start an OnlyFans? But I've topped that. How would you feel if your missus wanted to start an OnlyFans? What do you think about that, guys? I think.
I mean, if she's crushing it, but it depends how far she's going with the stuff.
No, she's making.
What is it?
She's
Is
making
it just topless?
No, she's making premium content, all for $5.99 a month.
And it's
I'd be
not
worried.
only
No,
fans.
there's some OnlyFans, not that I subscribe, but there's
It gets the free stream.
I get elite footage of somebody goes on there and fucking screen records it and then puts it in a WhatsApp group, and I've seen it. And there's some OnlyFans that's quite tame. It's the lady just jiggling her tits and just like eating a banana seductively.
Man, I want my money back for that. Don't be trying to sell me no banana.
it
eating.
Yeah, that's the sort of that's like mine and Nico's Patreons. That's the level of
if we put it up, if we actually put up content. But no, so there's different levels of OnlyFans. There's some that who get proper freaky, and then there's some that are like, hey, here, look
No,
at my
this is
tits,
premium
and pour
content.
water on it. So it depends on the levels, man. But if
Yeah.
it's like just jiggling tits and eating a banana, and it's cool.
My mate was telling me, funnily enough, there was in I think it was Ireland. There was this loads of women sued under revenge porn laws because men who signed up to their OnlyFans had shared the OnlyFans content.
Yeah, a lot, yeah.
And that was seen as like revenge
Was
porn.
that
'cause they-
revenge porn?
Whereas revenge porn, to my mind, I thought it was like, say you're having sex with your girlfriend and you film it, and then like later on, like,
That's revenge porn.
that's revenge
So
porn.
what happened to
It's
the
a
guys?
copyright issue for sure.
Yeah, copyright issue.
Yeah, yeah.
We all know about copyright.
Not revenge porn.
No, I don't think that's revenge porn.
Well, you should be on the jury in Ireland then. if
I
you
would be on the jury. I say, hey, this.
Yeah, I see all of these videos floating around. Plus, yeah, that's what dudes do. They screen record
Yeah.
the OnlyFans
And women.
stuff,
Women
and then,
share dick pics,
and then put it on
Yeah.
the in their
but
groups.
men are much more prevalent in sharing.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. People, you gotta know that anything you put out online is there forever.
Forever, yeah.
It's there forever. So people gotta be wary of that.
Yeah. So would you like what
I had a friend. I'm not gonna call her name though, but
What's her name?
no, what she used to do is because we used to work together, and we were just doing like a data entry job, right? It was just a simple job and whatnot. And I would see her like, buying proper big lunches and whatnot, and I was like, how is she affording this on on our salary or £8 an hour salary or something, right? And then one day I was like, come on, what are you doing? Right? I was like, what's going on? And she was like, nothing, what are you talking about? And she would go out the weekend, stay out late, drinks, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, how is she affording this? And I keep pressing her. I was like, come on, what are you doing? Really, what are you doing? I was like, is it drugs? I was like, you know? And then she eventually one day she told me is that what it is that she would get shoes, right? She gets shoes and wear them around and then sell them on eBay. Men on eBay would buy her shoes. They would give her like, let's say £60 to go and buy some Converse. She would wear the Converse for like a month or 3 months.
So that smell.
To have her, her female sweat smell in the shoes. And she would sell them back to the men at like 300, 500 pounds. And the men would just sit there and smell.
Man, men have got some mad.
Men are crazy.
Yeah, but that's the sort of thing. That's much better than like, I'd way rather sell somebody my shoes than like, you know.
Or sometimes they would ask for videos. They would send her a cake and some shoes. And tell her, I want to see you stomping the cake. Stomp the cake and then send it back to me. Or some men would be like, I want you to, here's the shoes. I want you to step in dog shit. And mail it to me. So all sorts of crazy stuff. Or some dude was like, would send her like the shoes and like a Lego puzzle. Like a Lego castle and shit. And I want you to kick down the castle in these shoes and whatnot and pretend you're like a Godzilla and shit like that.
Yeah, macrophilia. That's a fetish.
WikiFeet is a thing. Like this is what my girl was talking about OnlyFans and then got told about WikiFeet, where you literally just put pictures up of your feet.
Yeah.
And
they got men out there that pay for anything, man.
Well, I've got size 15 feet, so maybe this is a niche for me.
Yeah.
Why do some people love feet?
It's crazy.
why do some people like cakes being,
Cakes
smashed
are
in
tasty.
with but like being stomped in with shoes and stuff. But it's
but there's some men that get big fat women to sit on them and pay them like 300 to just suffocate them and shit.
that is not even a nice foot.
I don't want to fat shame that
cutting
foot,
it.
but
It's
that's a fat fucking foot.
That's a chimera.
So anything else we got to cover?
Would you, Leo? Would you let your girl do OnlyFans, Leo?
If she spent half the money on me,
Yeah.
then yeah. If I'm going to Bali, all expenses paid because some guy's wanking off to like a bad digitized video of my girlfriend.
No, it's not digitized. It's HD.
live. It's live.
4K.
Yeah, but it's still digitized.
No,
I
it's
think
4K.
HD is like some magical
4K.
tube that like it's. Still,
Oh, she's not sucking him off.
yeah, it's like it's
Oh,
not only for they're just but I don't know. Like my girlfriend's quite conservative. So.
I think if you met with the girl and she was already on it, you can't have a voice for it to complain.
Yeah.
However, if you've been in a steady relationship, is that I started an OnlyFans. I think then
Yeah.
you got
I've got something to tell you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Think you can bring up a concern. I have a mad concern here.
I mean, yeah. My thing is, if it's just topless and eating cucumbers and other
Yeah, that's fine.
other phallic fruit, then that's cool.
Yeah.
But if she's on there squirting on the camera, then it'll probably.
I'd be worried that she doesn't do that well because there's a lot of competition now, and I'd hate for her feelings to get hurt if she didn't get enough subscribers and stuff.
Well, a lot
And
of
then you'd have to subscribe yourself to make her feel better.
It's not worth it. Not worth.
Sign
it.
up to my Patreon, guys.
thorny topic.
I'm gonna
Leo,
I'm going to eat a cucumber and then stamp on it with my size 15 feet.
We got anything else on the list?
Well, we got another question.
Yeah.
From Hayden.
Yeah.
Who is the most anti-man celebrity?
What does anti-man mean?
Somebody who doesn't like men. There's a word for anti-man, but I can't remember what it is.
Misandrist.
Misandrist. Yeah,
'Cause
thank you.
I
I
think-
corner.
I think anti-man? You're saying is a celebrity that hates men?
Yeah. So what celebrity?
Because sometimes
hates
in
men
the
the most?
Caribbean we say anti-man as like a bit, kind of. They use it as a derogatory term for effeminate dude.
Right, like a sort of homophobic slur.
Kind of,
Right. Yeah.
but not.
Like a
it's not
sissy.
necessarily homophobic.
Oh,
more
but is that
like a sissy.
Is that
type.
like auntie as in auntie and uncle?
No,
it just means like he's anti.
more like anti, against.
All right.
So rather than being a man, he's anti-man.
Oh, right. The negative.
Yeah.
The inverse.
Right,
Inverse of
exactly.
a man.
So kind of sissy-ish then.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that how you use it here, or?
No, that just meant like sort of.
Who hates men the most?
Hates men the most.
Who would you say?
What did I say? Because I messaged Hayden back and I said something, but I can't remember.
Oh, there's an actual question, not a made-up question.
Oh yeah, that's the
None of these are. Why are you saying you got me?
Sorry, I blew the cover. Sorry.
They're lying. Who do you think? I can't think of anyone. I don't know.
Amber Heard, maybe? I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking.
She's
celebrity.
anti-Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
She's fit in Justice League.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
Jennifer Lawrence.
I
don't know.
I had J.K. Rowling because she's so anti-male. She doesn't even want men shitting in her female toilet. And I also said Robert Webb because he's always trying to get men to talk about their feelings. And
Well, he's just come out as transphobic. That was last
he is
week.
transphobic, yeah, but he's always trying to get men to talk about their feelings. And I think, man, you know how like the male suicide rate is on the increase? It's only since we've been encouraged to talk about our fucking feelings. Maybe we should just shut up about our feelings a bit. You know what I mean? Maybe we'd all stop killing ourselves if we didn't have to talk about our feelings.
Leo's old school.
Yeah.
old
I don't. Also, we shouldn't call it feelings. It's feeling. Men only have one feeling.
We can't multitask.
Yeah.
You're hurting my feeling.
I got a feeling.
Who was it? Somebody was talking about this, and he said "man up" or something, and
They got in trouble.
They tried to pull him up on it.
Yeah, because
I can't remember who it was though, but he stuck to his guns,
he should have.
which is
He manned up.
Yeah.
He went, no.
Oh, there's some women like Gina Carano. Oh my god.
Yeah,
What
she's fit.
I want her. To
It's like the
stand
cartoon characters as well. You see these days, they're like, come on, man, these
That's
guys
because they're
are
all
jokes.
written by white dudes.
It's all these like.
It's good call.
We had like He-Man back in the day and Thundercats, and my kids got PJ Masks with Catboy, and I'm like, what is this? You know what I mean? Like
PJ Masks.
PJ Masks is these three little kids, and they put on their pajamas and become superheroes at night.
Do they have like actual proper like superhero power? Like He-Man could like fire laser beams and stuff from a sword.
Yeah.
Like, and he had a tiger and stuff, or is it? Because I feel like
One of them got a hang glider. One of them can climb.
I feel like this generation, the cartoons must be saying stuff like one of their superpowers will be like running and telling teacher. You know what I mean? That's the sort of. I swear to God, everything that's wrong in society now can be traced back like 20 years when like we encouraged kids to like go and tell teacher about all this stuff instead of sorting out themselves. So now we've got like a whole generation of people who think that is acceptable, like running and telling authority. So and so said this, and it's a hate crime. You know what I mean? That's just the same as the playground thing.
On you.
Yeah.
I'm telling.
And on that note, I think we've come to the end of today's episode. I think it's been a good episode. I've enjoyed it. As ever, the hate crime. Woo! Nico and Mooch. Before everyone says bye, please like and subscribe. We briefly had 108 subscribers, lost a subscriber, and are now at 107. We don't know who you are, who unsubscribed, but I hate you. I hate you with all my soul.
And hit up the BBC and tell them get Nico working on Jojo Grand or whatever show
Let's
that
get them
is.
cancelled.
Yeah.
Let's because it's all right. I like cancel. I'm against cancel culture, except when it's woke people, because then they deserve it. Because they've been trying to get other people cancelled, and it's come home to roost. They're gonna get cancelled.
So we're gonna start a campaign to get me on Jojo Grand's writing staff.
Nico
And
for Jojo Grand.
And if they don't do it, they're racist.
Didn't
And-
Athena audition for it or something?
Well, I mean,
But Athena's got her own show, so she's doing good. Shout out to Athena, she's great.
yeah, I mean,
But
well,
she's working.
I don't
I
wanna,
need work.
I don't want to. Yeah,
Sorry, Athena.
she's great.
Yeah, Athena's great. Right, follow Athena as well. Brilliant.
All right, that's bye from me.
Bye.
Bye from me.
Woo!
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 That's all right.
That reminds me.